7 great vitamins to strengthen your legs. Imagine waking up one morning. Your legs are strong, energized, and alive. No fatigue in the muscles, no painful cramps at night, no fear of, will I fall? You want to move freely, run in the park with the grandchildren, maybe dance to a song or just do your own thing, right? The secret is hidden in what we eat and drink every day. Let's discover together 7 amazing vitamins and minerals that will keep your legs upright and make you feel stronger and happier. From supporting your muscles to strengthening your bones and even boosting your circulation, these nutrients work wonders. Whether you enjoy a leisurely stroll around the neighborhood or want to get around the house on your own, this information is for you. Each vitamin works like a friend telling your legs, "Come on, keep going." I also have a small request. If you have any questions while reading this article, or if you ask, "Where can I get this vitamin?" feel free to write and let's talk. Maybe you want to share it with your neighbor, so don't forget to save this information. So, do yourself a favor and learn about these 7 amazing nutrients and step into healthier, stronger days. Your legs will thank you. Number 1. Vitamin D, the power source of your legs. As we get older, our legs can get a little tired, right? Muscles may weaken. Bones may not feel as strong as they used to. This is where vitamin D comes to the rescue. It not only strengthens the bones, but also keeps your legs fresher and more balanced. Vitamin D supports your muscles as if to say, "Come on, it's time to move," strengthens your bones and reduces the fear of falling. If you don't get enough, your legs may feel weak. But don't worry, sunlight and foods like fish and eggs are easy ways to get this vitamin. If in doubt, consult your doctor. Feel stronger at every step with vitamin D. Here's what the research says. Vitamin D deficiency weakens muscles and increases the risk of falls. But there is good news. Scientists have found that older people who get enough vitamin D have stronger muscles, better balance, and coordination. This means you feel more confident when climbing stairs or getting up from a chair. A deficiency is the opposite. Even simple tasks can be tiring. Don't worry, the solution is simple. A little sun and foods like fish or eggs are great for vitamin D. If you want to be sure, ask your doctor. Keep your legs strong with vitamin D and stay active and enjoyable. Vitamin D not only strengthens your bones, it also revitalizes your leg muscles. You can think of it as a fuel that boosts the energy of your muscles. This vitamin makes your muscles work better and keeps them in harmony with the nerves that move them. So, your legs will be stronger and more agile. This is especially important for older people. When vitamin D intake is insufficient, not only the legs, but the whole quality of life can be affected. Energy decreases, resistance to disease drops, and even a simple infection can last a long time. But don't worry, we have good news. Take advantage of the sun. Just 15 to 30 minutes in the sun every day in the morning or cool afternoon is enough for vitamin D production. Especially exposing your arms and legs allows your body to make better use of sunlight. But beware, sunscreen creams can reduce the absorption of vitamin D. Therefore, short and direct sunbathing is the most natural vitamin D synthesis and dietary supplementation. Sunlight is the most natural way to produce vitamin D. However, it may not always be possible to get enough sun. Especially for older people who spend more time at home, it is important to support with nutrients and supplements. Although foods alone do not meet the daily requirement, they contribute to the body when consumed regularly. The following foods are especially rich in vitamin D: fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolk, fortified milk and dairy products, mushrooms in the sun. Consuming these foods regularly supports the body's need for vitamin D. But often, this is not enough. At this point, supplements come into play. Vitamin D supplements are especially important for older people who spend little time outdoors or are unable to get out in the sun. Experts generally recommend taking 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D per day for bone and muscle health. However, for people with lower levels, this dose may be higher. Of course, a doctor's supervision is absolutely necessary in such cases. Number 2, the importance of calcium. Bones become more fragile with age. At a young age, bones can still regenerate themselves and continue to grow stronger. However, this natural process slows down with age. Over time, bone mass decreases and bones become more fragile. This poses a serious risk, especially for the legs. Some of the most common bone injuries in older people include hip fractures, femur fractures, and stress fractures of the legs. These can occur even in seemingly simple accidents, such as falls. A minor stumble that is harmless for a young person can mean a long recovery for an elderly person. In some cases, these fractures can even lead to a permanent loss of mobility. One of the biggest reasons for this is that there is not enough calcium in the bones. Calcium is one of the essential minerals that maintains the strength of bones. The body stores calcium more difficult with age. Therefore, adequate calcium intake is vital in old age. Calcium is vital, not only for bones but also for muscles. When we think of calcium, most of us think only of bone health. However, calcium also plays a very important role in the proper functioning of our muscles. Many of the movements we make in daily life without realizing it, for example, taking a step, getting up from a chair, extending a hand, are actually the result of a delicate cooperation between muscles and bones, and calcium is essential for this cooperation. Especially with advancing age, such symptoms become more common. Therefore, meeting calcium needs is of great importance, not only for bone health, but also for daily quality of life. Calcium deficiency and its effect on muscles. When there is not enough calcium in the body, not only the bones but also the muscles are severely affected. Especially in the elderly, complaints such as leg cramps, slow movement, fatigue, and muscle weakness may occur frequently. These symptoms can be early signs of calcium deficiency. So how can you tell if your body is getting enough calcium? The first step is to eat calcium-rich foods regularly. Dairy products such as milk, yogurt, and cheese are traditional sources of calcium, but you don't have to limit yourself to these. The following foods are also good sources of calcium: green leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, and bok choy, almond tofu fish with small bones such as sardines, calcium-enriched vegetable milks. In some cases, however, food alone may be insufficient, especially in people who do not consume enough food or cannot absorb calcium sufficiently. In such cases, calcium supplements come into play. Supplements are more effective, especially when combined with vitamin D. This is because vitamin D increases the body's capacity to absorb calcium. But there is an important point to note here. Although calcium is an essential mineral, too much of it can be harmful. Taking too much calcium, especially through supplements, can lead to a number of health problems. These problems include arteriosclerosis, kidney stone formation, and digestive problems. Therefore, it is important to consult a doctor before taking supplements. Experts recommend a daily calcium intake of 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams for older adults. This amount should be obtained from natural food sources as much as possible. If necessary, supplements should be used under medical supervision. This is because the best results are achieved when food and supplements are used in a balanced manner together. Remember, strong bones are not only protection against falls, they are also the foundation for moving freely, staying independent, and living a full life with your loved ones. With every step, every rise, and even when sitting in a chair, calcium and movement work hand in hand. Number 3. Vitamin B12, the silent hero that affects your leg strength. When it comes to keeping our legs strong, most people immediately think of calcium and protein. However, there is another crucial supporter that is often overlooked: vitamin B12. This vitamin, vital for nerve system health, plays a much larger role in our mobility than we might realize. Vitamin B12 ensures the proper functioning of nerves. Especially the nerve pathways that extend from the spinal cord to the legs remain healthy thanks to this vitamin. In other words, the accurate and timely transmission of signals that instruct muscles to move relies heavily on B12. If your body lacks sufficient B12, these signals may become confused or weakened. The result can be weak muscle responses, impaired balance, and a general sense of weakness. Over time, this condition could even make walking more difficult. One of the most common symptoms of B12 deficiency is numbness, tingling, and especially a heavy, tired feeling in the legs. This condition can be challenging both physically and psychologically, as living with constantly tired legs can reduce the desire to move. Getting your B12 levels checked before losing leg strength can be very effective in preventing potential balance issues and muscle weakness in the future. Vitamin B12 deficiency, a common issue with age. Vitamin B12 is a significant source of deficiency for many older adults. Unlike some other vitamins that can be stored in the body in fat or easily absorbed from a wide range of foods, B12 is highly dependent on digestive health. To absorb B12 from food, the body requires sufficient stomach acid and a special protein known as the intrinsic factor. As we age, the body's production of stomach acid decreases. This becomes more pronounced in individuals who experience issues like gastritis or acid reflux, or who have used antacids for a long time. These health problems can interfere with the absorption of B12 from the digestive system. Beneficial effects of treating B12 deficiency. Fortunately, when B12 levels are increased, you can see a significant improvement in your leg strength, mobility, and energy levels. Studies have shown that when B12 deficiency is addressed, older adults experience notable improvements in strength, endurance, and leg function. So, where does vitamin B12 come from? Unlike some other nutrients, vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products. The best sources include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, and shellfish. Particularly mussels and liver are among the richest sources of B12. B12. Supplements and recommendations for plant-based diets. For individuals following a plant-based diet or those struggling with B12 absorption, B12 fortified foods, such as certain cereals and plant-based milks, or B12 supplements are very important. The good news is that when vitamin B12 builds up excessively in the body, the surplus is typically excreted through urine, meaning that excessive intake is usually harmless. This makes B12 supplementation a very safe option. Many older adults may struggle to get enough B12 from food alone, so high-dose B12 supplements or periodic injections may be beneficial. However, before taking such supplements, it is important to have regular blood tests and follow your doctor's recommendations. This way, your B12 levels can be monitored and the most suitable treatment can be determined. Number 4. Magnesium and muscle health. With every step you take, magnesium plays a quietly important role in ensuring your muscles contract and relax properly. As a primary regulator of muscle function, it helps prevent spasms, reduce fatigue, and increase endurance. One of the most common yet often overlooked symptoms of magnesium deficiency is restless leg syndrome and nighttime leg cramps. Many older adults experience sudden and painful muscle contractions in their legs, especially during the night. This disrupts sleep patterns and makes recovery from daily activities more difficult. This condition not only causes discomfort, but also signals that the body is struggling to properly regulate muscle relaxation. Magnesium helps calm overactive nerve signals, preventing sudden muscle contractions. This is especially important for those dealing with muscle tension and involuntary spasms. However, the role of magnesium is not limited to muscles. It is also essential for bone density and joint health. While calcium is more commonly known for bone health, magnesium's support is necessary for it to function properly, magnesium and bone. Health magnesium helps ensure the proper transport and placement of calcium in the body, preventing calcium from accumulating in soft tissues. This helps reduce joint pain. Research has shown that higher magnesium intake is associated with stronger bones and a reduced risk of fractures in older adults. For this reason, magnesium is a crucial component for overall mobility. One of the main reasons magnesium deficiency is so widespread is that stress, medications, and poor dietary habits rapidly deplete magnesium levels. Many older adults take medications that can negatively affect magnesium levels. For example, diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some high blood pressure medications can lead to magnesium loss. Additionally, diets that are poor in magnesium-rich foods can cause deficiencies, which quickly result in a loss of strength, endurance, and flexibility. As a result, many older adults walk shorter distances, climb stairs more slowly, and feel more fatigue after simple activities. This situation is not just a result of aging, but also a consequence of the lack of proper nutrients. Magnesium supplements and their effects. When magnesium levels are regulated, a remarkable change is observed in older adults. Legs that once felt heavy and tired become more energetic. Those who frequently experience muscle cramps or stiffness notice that they sleep more comfortably and move more freely thanks to supplementation. Additionally, balance and coordination improve, as magnesium helps regulate the connections between muscles and nerves, facilitating continuous movement. Number 5. Potassium and muscle function. Potassium is a crucial mineral that regulates muscle function. It balances the fluids inside and outside muscle cells, ensuring proper muscle function. When potassium levels drop too low, muscles can contract involuntarily, often leading to painful cramps in the legs. Especially in older adults, these cramps can be not only uncomfortable but also restrictive, hindering daily movements due to decreased circulation or muscle mass. But muscle cramps are just the beginning. Have you ever felt your legs tremble, especially after standing for a long time? Or perhaps you've noticed increased stiffness in your legs while walking? Potassium helps transmit signals between nerves and muscles, enabling smooth, controlled movement. If your potassium levels are low, communication between your brain and leg muscles weakens. This can lead to issues such as trembling, weakness, or difficulty moving. Leg mobility and potassium. Struggling to lift your legs properly can significantly increase the risk of falls. And falls pose a major risk, especially for older adults. Therefore, supporting leg mobility is crucial in preventing falls. However, potassium's role is not limited to muscles. It also plays a significant role in maintaining strong bones. Over time, it helps neutralize acids in the body, preventing a decrease in bone density. Research shows that a potassium-rich diet can slow down the rate of bone loss and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. It also helps maintain the structural strength of the legs. In other words, potassium is not only related to muscle function, but is also directly involved in ensuring that the muscles and bones in your legs work in harmony. However, health issues can affect potassium levels. Individuals with conditions such as kidney disease or high blood pressure need to carefully monitor their potassium intake. These individuals should work with a doctor to determine the right amount, as excessive potassium intake can strain kidney function or have negative effects on heart rhythm. Number 6. Vitamin K and bone health. Vitamin K is a vital component for bone health, yet it often receives less attention compared to calcium and vitamin D. However, without this vitamin, calcium and vitamin D alone are not sufficient to keep your bones strong. Vitamin K ensures that calcium is properly stored in the bones. It also prevents calcium from accumulating in the arteries and soft tissues, which can lead to issues such as stiffness, poor circulation, and cardiovascular diseases. In short, vitamin K acts as a traffic controller, directing calcium to the bones and keeping your legs healthy and mobile. The importance of vitamin K for older adults. As we age, paying attention to bone health becomes even more crucial. Research shows that individuals with higher vitamin K intake have stronger bones and a lower risk of fractures compared to those with lower levels. This is because vitamin K activates a protein called osteocalcine. Osteocalcine is responsible for binding calcium to the bone matrix, and this connection increases bone density, making bones more resistant to fractures. The role of vitamin K is not limited to bone health. Ensuring the proper distribution of calcium in the body is also crucial for muscle function and cardiovascular health. Vitamin K's role for joints and muscles. Vitamin K is a critical nutrient not only for strong bones, but also for joint health and muscle function. Many people forget that healthy legs are not only about strong bones, but also flexible joints and well-functioning muscles. Vitamin K has been shown to reduce inflammation in the joints, slow the progression of joint diseases like osteoarthritis, and alleviate stiffness in the knees. If you experience pain when moving your knees, or feel stiffness after sitting for a long period, it could be a sign of vitamin K deficiency. In such cases, a vitamin K supplement can provide the necessary nutrient source. Vitamin K's role in reducing balance issues, walking difficulty, and fall risk. Another important role of vitamin K is supporting balance in older adults. Balance problems can significantly increase the risk of falls, especially as the legs and joints weaken. Vitamin K can improve balance by enhancing the coordination between muscles and bones. This is a crucial step in reducing walking difficulties and helping prevent falls. Adequate vitamin K intake ensures better muscle function and reduces joint pain, supporting mobility and providing a safer walk. Therefore, vitamin K is not only essential for joint health and muscle function, but also for overall mobility and quality of life. Strengthening leg muscles and supporting balance. The role of vitamin K. The weakening of leg muscles, balance problems, walking difficulties, and an increased risk of falls are often interconnected. Recent research shows that vitamin K helps increase muscle strength and coordination, particularly in older adults. Vitamin K regulates calcium levels in muscle cells, ensuring that muscles contract properly. This prevents muscles from causing instability through misaligned movements. As a result, the stability of movements improves, leading to a safer walk and a reduced risk of falls. Vitamin K. Sources: K1 and K2. There are two main forms of vitamin K, K1 and K2. Vitamin K1 is abundant in leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are rich sources of K1. Vitamin K2, on the other hand, is found in fermented foods such as natto, fermented soybeans, aged cheeses, and some animal products, particularly egg yolks and liver. Vitamin K2 plays a much larger role in directing calcium to the bones rather than the blood vessels, particularly because it stays active in the body for a longer period. This is crucial for bone health, as it ensures that calcium is properly deposited in the bones. Supplement use. Things to keep in mind. In some cases, it may be difficult to absorb vitamin K through food, especially for individuals with digestive issues or those who have been on long-term antibiotic use. In such cases, vitamin K supplements may be an option. However, it is important to be cautious for those using blood-thinning medications. It is essential to consult a healthcare professional before taking supplements to prevent any adverse effects on health. Vitamin B6 and its role in leg, muscle strength. Vitamin B6 pyridoxine has a far greater impact on leg muscle strength and overall muscle function than most people realize. It is a vital nutrient for muscle health, maintaining mobility, and enhancing muscle strength. B6 supports nerve health, accelerates muscle repair, and helps the body efficiently use protein to build muscle mass. This plays a critical role in preventing muscle weakness in older adults. Vitamin B6 deficiency can lead to muscle weakness over time, even in strong muscles. This deficiency can make simple movements, like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs, feel exhausting. The decline in muscle function, loss of muscle mass, and reduced mobility are common issues faced by older adults. Proper levels of B6 are essential to maintain muscle strength and ensure easy, daily movement. Another important yet often overlooked aspect of vitamin B6 is its role in nerve transmission and coordination. When B6 levels are low, nerve communication can weaken or become misdirected, leading to sensations like numbness, tingling, and unsteady walking patterns. Vitamin B6 is crucial for the proper functioning of nerves and ensuring that muscles move correctly, maintaining smooth, coordinated movements. Vitamin B6 is naturally found in a variety of foods. These include chicken, fish, whole grains, legumes, bananas, potatoes, and leafy green vegetables. Regularly incorporating these foods into your diet can help improve muscle health and increase leg muscle strength, supporting better mobility and overall well-being. The effect of vitamin B6 on muscle function. Vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, plays a much larger role in leg muscle strength and overall muscle function than most people realize. Vitamin B6 helps maintain nerve health, supports muscle repair, and assists the body in effectively using protein to build muscle mass. A deficiency in vitamin B6 can cause even strong muscles to weaken over time, making simple movements, such as getting up from a chair or climbing stairs, excessively tiring. This is a common issue, especially among older adults, as weakened muscle function can negatively impact mobility. Red blood cell production. Beyond muscle function, vitamin B6 is also crucial for the production of red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body, which provides energy to the muscles. Sufficient oxygen intake allows the muscles to function properly and move energetically. A deficiency in vitamin B6 can lead to inadequate oxygen transport and weakened muscle function, which becomes more pronounced, especially in older adults. Schaumont, vitamin B6 and daily intake amount. The daily intake of vitamin B6 varies depending on age and gender. It is generally recommended that older adults consume 1.5 milligrams of B6 for women and 1.7 milligrams for men. This amount is typically sufficient through food sources, but excessive intake, especially with high-dose supplements, should be monitored. Long-term excessive use of B6 can lead to nerve damage, so caution is advised. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button. This helps us continue providing valuable content. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts, questions, or let us know what topic you'd like us to cover next. We really love hearing your feedback. Of course, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest health tips and information. Stay informed, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.